Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to see about 5 mental traps that successful people never fall for. What is mental trap? Mental traps or mind trap is called as thinking errors, negative automatic thoughts or unhelpful thoughts. They are often inaccurate, critical or simply unhelpful. Mind traps can consume your thinking by exaggerating the threats and underestimates your ability to deal with it, including what you pay attention to, and impact how you feel and your decision making and actions. They can be straight up wrong, negative or misleading. Behavioral therapists call these instances cognitive disorders. There are some of the most common mental traps that hold us back from success. And let's see. First one, emotional reasoning. Mistaking our emotions as evidence for the truth is one of the most common mental traps we fall into. Example, I feel like my ideas are worthless, therefore I shouldn't share them in this meeting. These are the thoughts called as emotional reasoning. When you stop transforming your feelings into truths, you gain the logic and the clarity that will allow you to make smarter decisions. Second, blaming. We engage in blaming when we hold others accountable for our own actions and feelings. Example, on your way out to your work, you can't escape through the door. You say, great, now I'm going to be late, it's a cat's fault. We often blame others to preserve a sense of self-esteem by avoiding awareness of our own flaws or failings. But failing to take responsibility for the consequences of your own behavior means you are not learning from your mistakes, and being able to grow through your experience, especially the unpleasant one, is crucial to success. Playing the blame game is irrational and it stigmatizes that other party. The focus on understanding the other person's view. Try walking in his or her shoes. Get rid of the raindrop approach. Third, irrational fear. Many of us have fallen down the negative spiral of expecting disaster to strike no matter what. Example, the news reports that says that a storm is approaching. You start to imagine all the bad things that can happen. What if my house gets destroyed? What if someone I love gets hurt? What if I get hurt? Fear, especially irrational fear, plays a big part. Always anticipating the worst possible outcome is far from useful. In fact, studies shows that it can lead to anxiety and depression. Let's stop what if thoughts. You may find yourself in a calmer, less anxious and clearer state of mind. Fourth, false belief. In the fallacy of fairness, a person believes that every situation should be determined by what is fair. Example, you are bitter that your colleague got a promotion and you didn't. You complain to yourself that it isn't fair. She rarely shows up to work on time and I probably work much better than her. But guess what? As you've probably been told several times as a child, life isn't always fair. When engaged in the fallacy of fairness, psychological professors suggest that stating your feelings as preference can help change the way you feel about a situation. So, don't letting yourself be consumed by bitterness. It would more likely to wind up feeling angry, resentful or hopeless. Tell yourself it would be nice to get a promotion, but I don't have control over that. Perhaps I can talk to my boss about how can I get next year. Taking things so personally. Personalization involves taking everything personally and assigning blame to yourself without any logical reason. Example, your son got a F on his final exam and you are thinking that it's your fault that you haven't spent much time with them for his studies. Psychologists have found that personalization can lead to guilt, shame and feeling of inadequacy. Instead, think from our outside perspective. You may discover that there is a variety of factors at play and that the outcome is not a direct reflection of yours. To conclude, our brains are wired to make sense of things by drawing connections between thoughts, ideas, actions and consequences. But sometimes they can be straight up wrong, negative and misleading. Consecutive behavior therapists call these instances cognitive distortions. These traps cause us to perceive reality different than how it really is, and most successful people have learned how to recognize and avoid these errors and thinking at all. So I would suggest next time when you're caught in a mind trap, you'll become clever and set back and question your thought and the conclusion you make. When you pay attention to what you're thinking and then act, you use reasoning to deal with charged situation. In each cases, your thoughtful actions empowers you to outsmart your stressor and turn the tons of a stressful situation around to your advantage. Thank you. See you in the next video. Until then, Akuna Matata. Stay calm, stay healthy. Bye.